Hello YouTube, Bungalow Craig here. Wanted to do a follow-up for my Hey Jude video. A lot of people out there in the YouTube community had a lot of questions about the Hey Jude, this, and what kind of versions they have and what kind of things that they need to see and look for the first pressings. So I thought, I'll just do a Get Back one. Maybe I can make a little bit of a series on this. So I thought, the next one, Get Back's going to be turning 50 in a year. It came out March 1969 for the UK version, and then the US version came out in April of 1969. So I thought we would do that today. But first, I wanted to do a quick shout out to Cameron Sparks. I watched his video. He went to Beatles Fest this year, which is awesome. I'm so jealous of that. And he got a Ringo Remco doll, and I was like, I should get a Paul one. I'm not a huge person in getting like Beatle memorabilia. I do like it, but I'm not like getting a lot of it. But I thought, I should pick up the Paul one, so that's what I did, and I just wanted to give him a quick shout out. So all right, well, going on to the video, I want to go through the UK release, and the US release of Get Back, as you see here. It is, so we'll just go to this one, and we'll actually talk about this one. The books I'm going to reference are both, again, Bruce Spizers books. So Beatles for Sale on Parlophone Records. And then the other one is the Beatles on Apple Records. So let's go ahead and continue, and we'll go ahead and dive into it. All right, so the first thing I wanted to go over, of course, this is Hey Jude here. The nice thing about this is that you can see it is the cut sleeve. So remember that only the cut sleeves came out for Hey Jude. So when Hey Jude was released, these Apple wavy sleeves were only issued for it. So hopefully you can see that it's very, very dark. I got another copy of this, so just to show you how dark the labels can be. But on the contrast of that, when this one came out, this is very, very lighter. You can definitely see the Get Back and the Beatles, of course. But this is on the straight edge, as you can see right there. So the differences, let me pan out here. You can see the differences between, we just need to focus. Okay, there we go. You can see the differences in the sleeves. One's a very wavy version, and one's a very straight. But then what you can see is the gap here between the two Apple, where it has the word Apple, and then it has the actual label where it meets the label. So to go on, what you would want to see to look for the first pressing of this, of course it has to have the sold in the UK text, but the very first pressings of this had no NCB credit. So what's really, really hard to see, hard to find, are the first pressings with the no NCB credit. So what I'm talking about is right here. This is in Bruce Spizers' book. There's the NCB credit right there. So the first pressings of it, now you have to look for both sides of the label with the no NCB credit. So the first pressings did not have the NCB credit on the Apple label. Now there's a ton of them out there that have either one side has the A side has NCB or doesn't have NCB, and the reverse side does. So that's definitely if you're wanting to collect the first pressing of it, you're going to definitely want to look on both sides of the Apple label to see if you can find the NCB credit, title credit. This one does have the NCB on the other side. It's in the frame, so I'm not going to take it out. But just to show you the example for people that want to see the example of both sides, it doesn't have the NCB on each one of those sides. as you can see in the second pressing. And the second pressings would have the sold in UK as well. So it's not just the sold in UK that you want to see. You're going to see the sold in UK and then the NCB. So that's the difference there. And then, of course, these came with the straight edge Apple sleeves. So, all right, let's go check out the US version. Okay, now on to the US version of Get Back, which there's a lot of different kind of variations on the Get Back labels, and you'll see that. I'll show that here, picture here in a minute in Bruce Spizers' book. But the main difference, what you're going to want to see, is that there's no time for the songs on the label. So that indicates it's the first label pressing of Get Back with Don't Let Me Down. And you're going to see that on both sides. So here's side A, of course, and here's side B. And as you can see, there's no times written by BMI. Now, somebody did write in the time limit because this was probably a jukebox copy, so an advance order. That's why I would think that there's an A and then, of course, a number 8 on it. But these are the first pressings of the Get Back single. And also, it came with, in my last video, the first pressings of Hey Jude actually came with a thumb tab on the LA side, on the LA plant. These ones started actually coming, and this is an LA version of it. This is actually a straight sleeve. So that's what the first pressings of Get Back came in. So, and then you can see with Bruce Spizers' guide, you can definitely see the different label variations. Here's the first label variation. Here is the second B, or first B, because the times are written in there. And here's another one with the time, a different font. And then and then he goes into saying that this might be a first pressing because it doesn't have the times listed on the record. This one might be a first pressing on Scranton side. So, but if you want the first pressing of Get Back, what you're going to have to see is the no times on the label. So that would be the first pressing of Get Back on the US version. Okay, well, there you have it. There are the first pressings of Get Back on the UK side and the US side. Just kind of everything to look for in those variations. So I just wanted to again give a shout out to Cameron Sparks for the cool idea to get the Paul Remco doll. Really love it. Check out his channel. Otherwise, stay tuned. I'm going to be definitely going through the first versions and the first pressings of each Beatle release on the US and the UK side for singles and albums. So my next one will be on the White Album, so you can definitely check that here in the upcoming months. All right, if you have a question, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. And if, by all means, keep tuned, keep that channel there, and take care. Peace and love, peace and love.